sector off, but I thought he was ahead of him at the time, but we'll have to find out after the race.
Yeah, that's right, but he's going to pick up, of course.
As they come across the tricolore once again. Anyone out? That is a very nice lad.
Yeah, but he's got, in doing that, he's lost about 4 places.
Yeah.
You know, you either...
Joel Pons, the number 16, he's had a torrid start to his second season in Rookies Cup, but for seeing him up in the top 10, he is 10 seconds off the lead and 7.5 seconds.
Advice. Anyway, the 7 of Peña Fernandez, who has the advantage now. Brian Uriarte is up into 2nd place.
That's a heck of a recovery he's on there. As we switch back towards the front, Ramadipa, the 32. Got 32, brilliant ride for the Indonesians. They're about 6 abreast into the first turn. He crashed out on this lap. He's seemingly okay according to the timing screens as well. The 29 was having a...
No, he thinks better of, but banks out of it. The 31, Emilio Pugliese. I said, yeah, he came off the...
Still 16 riders. Morelli not making much progress back towards the front, Peter.
And, you know, somebody in this group, isn't it? The 51 of Brian Uriarte moves across there. You can't do too much swinging around like that. That's
goodness me, it's Dinesh who's going through into the lead again. Zen Matani in 4th. That's in the back. That's good job. Holmes who got pushed out.
just being swallowed up actually by everybody else.
Yeah, you can tell how wants the lead coming out that final corner, do they?
No, it's the 7 of Peña Fernandez.
Sullivan Mounsley just switching over to the left-hand side there. The number 4 British rider back in.
About him too often, but he's part of the mix at the moment, looking for a podium place.
Adopted Vietnamese rider.
Yeah, indeed. And you know, Uriarte back to 8th, Ramastor.
Now coming across the line, about 8th or so position, but he's going to get a massive slingshot down towards turn 1, sort of just sneakily going about it, not getting into touch wood, too much trouble thus far. Now finds himself back in the Premier position. He's certainly got.
After qualifying, he really did feel he knew what he was doing around here. Happy with the motorcycle. Brian Uriarte that leads.
Is the moment it starts to get yellow. It's going to be all about finding your position to go onto the backs, onto the front straight, out of the final corner, the run to the line. No,
he's going to try it now. Can he get in front? As I say, he knows he needs 3 or 4 bike lengths lead coming out of the line. But it is the 70 of Christian Daniel Jr. who leads the Rookies Cup race across the line onto the last lap here at Mugello.
And it looks like it's going to be. Oh, it's Utama who's going to be leading the way into turn 1 then. So from second on the grid
as well. So Brian's got to work still on the last lap.
And they're starting to pull away. That last time around was a bit pass.
Brian Uriarte.
Uriarte 1, Uriarte 2, the long climb. Highest point of the circuit. And down they come once again then into this right and left hander.
Pugliese can afford to be in front at this stage. Behind him is the 31 Pugliese. Veda Ega has it though. No one's going to pass him surely before the finish. It's going to be Indonesia.
He's done it. He's done it. He was the one who played it the most sensible. He was the craftiest, and he.
Quickly as they can change the gear, they do so. So there is the number 13 of Hakim Danish, our points leader.
But oh dearie me, what a big shame that was. Such a good charge to Gonzalez with him.
And I think Veda was perhaps using a lot
off the back of the leading group then. So a lot of the riders who maybe had a little bit less
is out of it. He's in second place in the points, but he's not.
8 points coming away from that one. So, but this is, he's going to get a bit of a nosebleed here running this high up as we come to gearbox.
That's right. And as I say, they go through the gearbox and through the left-hander in first, and they just go. They go down the hill, pushing in a superb second place. But Joel Pont.
Got to give a shout out to Thompson and Mounsey. That's a good start for them. Thompson could have expected him to be on the way down for the reverse corkscrew. This is quite a brutal climb for any runner or cyclist.
And the leader Veda Ega on the 54. Then the 11 of David Gonzalez, Brian Iriarte, and those trio, I think, are being caught by the...
With Sullivan Mounsey up from 11th on the grid there in 7th as well, just off the back of...
Brian Iriarte there as he tries to hang on to Veda Ega. He didn't look quite as smooth and clean. There's only 3 seconds covering the whole grid at the moment, so 51, it is Brian Iriarte with the advantage. He's right on the tail of Veda Ega now.
David Gonzalez, 11th in the standings, is
Brian Iriarte, who's won 2 races and twice been knocked off, and once by Hakim Dennis.
Yeah, and he wants to be...
Well, thank goodness for the tech air suit from Alpine Stars, which obviously fired up as he was... You know, Marco Morelli, you remember go back to Assen last year, can win a race like he's on a different planet.
Yeah, and they're so orderly for the first like 6, 7 or 8 riders. I mean, what a start Veda Ega had, but after that it was absolute chaos.
Casey and Hakim Danish on the number 13.
Carter Thompson there, and
still is Veda Ega who has the advantage. Brian Iriarte instead saved a very, very nasty collision with Utama on the way down. There is a pit. And the point is, I think all 5 of them know that absolutely sensational.
Well, now it's getting spicy because turn. That is an impressive thing because that is so fast there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
He's finished 3 out of 4 races so far. A very quiet Le Mans, just taking away a few points. But we've got 2 riders down, unfortunately. Joel Pont and Christian Daniel down and out.
Still plenty of action remaining.
They're being very sensible, Peter. It's like a very high-speed game of chess there, and potentially the extra protagonists as well of David Gonzalez and Julio.
Benyat Fernandez, of course.
Feeling a bit more in the groove and a bit more up for the fight now.
Oh, my goodness, it is
Oh, and he cuts right perhaps with his pace in qualification, but not today. Fastest lap of the race goes to Hakim Danish on the back of this group, the number 30. You're offline. Some of the riders going inside. That was the number 11 there, going up the inside. I think I saw David Arnie in 8th as well. Agostinelli, the Vietnamese rider there, up into 9th place as well as the corkscrew right there. And you're absolutely right. It is so downhill run now. This is your group. Doesn't look like any of them are going to really drop off. Who himself, a KTM factory rider, could be helping out with that.
Well, that's an interesting point you make, because I know that from the
ref, strictly speaking, his best result was 8th place there in race 1. Peter, that was so close. They're being ultra brave through there. And look at Gonzalez, just wait. I mean, he started from the back of the grid, but he's not made any inroads here at all. You know, not quick.
When you can win a race on a different planet like he did at Essen last year, it really has nothing to do. Passing Brian Iriarte goes in. No, he doesn't. Brian Iriarte on the 51, and the orange helmet still has second and leading 5. We've decided, for whatever reason, with a 4.6 second gap, that these 5 are going to remain to the end.
The starting rider.
Yeah, but wasn't that because he was penalised?
Exactly.
Yeah, he was. You know, he came along this weekend and was quite good. Certainly not sort of sitting up and waiting for anybody down the back straight.
No, absolutely right.
So that you need the slipstream. So there really is no point in doing anything silly at this point in the race. Just hang in there.
Vinales his own agency, and he came by the 10 yesterday to sort of instantly after qualifying to see what
around him, but that's never stopped him before. So I don't think the circuit knowledge thing is a. He's got incredible talent, but it just has an up weekend and a down weekend. It's just the way it is. And we got plenty of action. It's 19 laps. Race 2, and the lights go out. Who gets a good start? Capuchin is into the lead from pole position. But with him, Brian Iriarte sits in the second place. He goes up the inside. Kapushin comes around that side, but it's Brian Iriarte.
And I think one of them's Joel Pons, but as we switch back towards the front...
We're coming to the corkscrew section, and unless you go up there and watch it, you can't believe how...
Kapushin, Utama into third, and he's got Thompson.
It may have been Alejandro Fernandez as well. I saw the pink helmet. Anyway, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get the information.
You're offline. Some of the riders going inside. That was the number 11 there, going up the inside. I think I saw David.
They go down the hill. Kapushin in a superb second place. But Joel Pons, he's one of the fallers. And Brian Iriarte already touching the green stuff. He's got to watch that.
Did there into that left-hander. So easy to run off, run wide, click the wheel of the rider. Wasn't it?
That's right, Veda. There was really not room for that lead.
Well then, so 3 riders down at the first turn. Agostinelli was the other one down with Fernandez, as you rightly pointed out. Come across the line there to complete lap 1. It will be Iriarte from Kapushin. I mean, he started from the back of the grid, but he's not made any inroads here until, you know, phase 2.
Veda Utama does not want to hang in there. Kapushin goes up the inside. Veda Utama tries to go past both of them. Can't quite do it, but he does. He hangs on to the lead to go down the hill. But it's Veda Utama who has pushed aside the white helmeted man.
Reason it really impacted Benya. Fernandez is someone else who's gone down too in there as well. A few riders going wide there, and Brian Iriarte is much closer in the championship to it now as we look ahead from Danish. 2 feeling a bit more in the groove, a bit more up for the fight now.
Oh my goodness,
and he cuts right at Fernandez. Goodness me, he squeezed him as much as you possibly can, as well as Benya Fernandez. Tinez as well, I believe, unless he's just gone really, really wide, caught up in some...
Okay, right, it is the 54 of Veda Utama that still has the advantage. But then Brian Iriarte in third. Down the hill they go. Absolutely superb. 4 kilometres there, 102 miles left. They get up to 194 kilometres an hour before they scrub off.
Utama taking such a difficult, I mean, all 5
in here. Climbing in the hill in 4th gear, all the way up here in 4th.
Can't push it, just cut Peter. That was so close. They're being ultra brave through there. But look at Gonzalez, just really seeing it properly strung out, Peter. This is absolutely fascinating. I wonder what on a bunch of these riders are coming down the waterfall. They fan out 3 abreast towards the penultimate curve on a given inch, but he's forced to. He cuts back up the...
They flick it in there, scrubbing off the speed, then on the brakes as they go into the left-hander.
Back over onto the black stuff, in towards the final corner. Iriarte back down into 3rd place.
Yeah, he went from quickly as they can change the gear, they do so. So there is the number 13 of Hakim Danish, our points leader. But to 3rd, just on the scrub and the brakes into the left.
The background, it was Danish. Danish went down, Peter. Half moves against turn 3 is not your stereotypical overtaking spot, Peter.
No, it isn't. But
more of it. It is. It's the series leader down, and that could be well and truly game on.
Right, back with the leader. It's Brian Iriarte who has the advantage over Kapushin in the white helmet.
Who our top 3 are, Peter. It's as if Utama never went away.
Liz is in 3rd place.
And you've got Morelli in there as well, Peter.
Where did he come from?
How'd you do that, Marco?
Of course, he didn't come. He was pit lane start yesterday, but that was a penalty. He started from 15th, his qualifying position, to 5th, kind of thing. Right, so it is Iriarte on the 51. Kapushin white is inside in 3rd place.
Pushing Daniel Jr. and number 70 up at 8 laps to go. He's not halfway through the back of the leading group. So a lot of the riders who maybe had a little bit less has changed up again. But he just, you know, and that after the end of free practice and qualifying, we've a lot better here today as we see Morelli now moved up into 3rd. What's going on with effectively one of his riders? You know, part of the big
guy who you always think could win any weekend, but it just doesn't come together for him. Maybe this is his day.
On his day, he is quicker than absolutely everybody in this field by a little bit of a margin, to be just a bit more down in confidence perhaps at the moment, you might say.
Okay, back with the lead, but you know, one weekend doesn't make a championship, does it?
No, but there's no doubt there's talent, but he's got to keep up, go one better than that. He wants to be a junior GP champion, rebel British champ in the same year, like the right Terry. Please let's hook you up with the GoPro someday, that'd be quality.
Yeah. Magello, the lights are out and away we go. Who makes a good start? Christian Daniel Jr. is tucked in behind Brian Iriarte. but it is the 51 of Brunality that leads. The American is behind him. Veda Ega
really gets, to be honest, at this stage. Fernandez. Now this is interesting, Peter. Look at the gap now he's managed to get through in that final sector, along with Christian Daniel Jr. and Benyat Fernandez. Will the run use a lot more of the track lap by lap as the sun starts to beat down here in Mugello and things heat up? Their impact got to stay very, very clean and avoiding white lines, but it is Uriarte from Daniel, and then for Utama. Carter Thompson slotted into fourth. He narrowly missed the back wheel. Let's look at their lap times. A 2:02 flat from Uriarte. That, and then you've actually got